Hello, my name is JonahJi, and the topic of my research is assessing the risk level of a smart city. First of all, smart cities are the adoption of emerging information communication technologies to plan, design, and operate cities, thereby achieving a higher quality of life and sustaining the economic development of citizens of that city. Some benefits of smart cities are ecologically harmonized cities, which can provide benefits such as smart healthcare, smart transportation, smart education, smart utilities, smart environmental controls, smart safety monitoring, smart governments, and other smart services. Even though smart cities offer many benefits, the adoption of smart cities is still at a very early stage. Prior research in the realm of smart cities, from my literature review over here, slightly below, focused primarily on the planning and designing of smart cities. However, research concerning the assessment on the risk level of smart cities is still lacking. This brings me to my research question, which is how to assess the risk level of a smart city. My research objective is to develop an index for assessing the risk level of a smart city. Specifically, my research aims at 1. Discovering the major dimensions of risk in smart cities, and 2. Developing an index to assess risk levels of a given smart city. And next is the literature review here. And then for my methodology, this research combines both qualitative and quantitative methods. This research first applies qualitative methods to investigate factors influencing risk on smart cities in literature, which are the literature listed here, and develop a research model to logically link these factors based on the value theory by combining 4 infrastructures. Second, survey data from existing literature, which is listed here, are analyzed quantitatively by applying multivariate statistical analysis, such as factor analysis, to identify the major dimensions for assessing the risk level of a smart city. Third, an index is derived to assess the risk level of a smart city by quantitative methods. Finally, some recommendations and guidelines, as well as practical and theoretical implications, are discussed. Next is my research framework, which is separated into 4 different parts, with the first part being smart information and communication technology infrastructure. Second is smart organizational infrastructure. Third is smart government infrastructure. And fourth is smart environmental infrastructure. For my data collection, I collected a total of 59 items from prior literature with a focus on intelligence and value. For the A, which is smart information and communication infrastructures, there were 18 items. For B, smart organizational infrastructure, there were 17 items. C, smart government infrastructure, also had 17 items. And D, smart environmental infrastructure, had 7 items. The instruments used a 7-point Likert scale from strongly disagree, disagree, somewhat disagree, neither agree nor disagree, somewhat agree, agree, and strongly agree. Survey data was collected by 2 universities in the US with convenient sampling method, and there were a total of 261 valid surveys. And of those surveys, the people taking the surveys, there were 45% female, 55% male, and 31% of the people taking the survey had a graduate degree or higher, and 68% had some college or bachelor degree, and 1% had others. And next is the survey, which is listed here, and it is only a sample for sample A, which is smart information and communication. And there are 3 other surveys listed, but I don't have space to put them in. Next is the validity checking, and the items are first of all extracted from validated questions from prior literature, hence having good content validity. Next, quant box alpha are above 0.7, hence having good internal consistency. The factorability of the data was checked through KMO and Bartlett's test of sphericity. The KMO measure is 0.781, which is large enough to proceed with factor analysis, as the extracted factors would account for a substantial amount of variance. Next, the observed significance level for Bartlett's test of sphericity was 0.000, indicating that the relationship among variables was strong. Factors were extracted using maximum likelihood analysis with Varimax rotation by using the analyzing software, which is SAS. Next is the findings, which is the factor patterns, and all of these types of all 4 infrastructures are listed here, and then all of the variants explained by each factor is also here. Next, I used factor analysis to combine some of these items into large dimensions, which are in here in the findings dimensions. There are a total of 11 dimensions of infrastructure A, which is smart information and communication technology infrastructure, had 4 items. B, which is smart organizational infrastructure, also had 4 items. And C, which is smart government infrastructure, had 2 items. And D, which is smart environmental infrastructure, had 2 items as well. And also all of the items which are 2 dimensions, and all of the items are listed in the risk items and with substantial loadings. In conclusion, this research develops a risk index for a smart city. Specifically, it first develops a framework based on value theory, and then used a survey method to derive risk based on factor analysis. Finally, factor scores are used to derive a risk index. 3 steps that I took to derive this risk index was, first of all, found the factor scores of the derived 11 dimensions from SAS using SAS. And then they asked subject matter experts to fill in a shortened survey, and then at the end applied the weighted method to compute the risk factors, and then with the factor scores as weights. A theoretical implication is that this research extended the value theory and applies it to the smart city risk assessment research problem. And a practical application is the research outcome will have a large impact on future smart cities development and evaluations, hence accelerating the adoption of smart cities to enhance sustainable economy and increasing the quality of citizens and organizations' environments. And then at the end are all of my references, some of my references.